Okay folks, so this is a regular day for me. I got 2 guitars that have been ordered and are ready to be shipped, and they're people who watch the channel, so I did last minute setups. Even though I set them up, I go over them again before putting them in the box. Make sure the fret ends are smooth, everything's looks good, feels good, detune them a little bit and pack them in these boxes as well as I can, and then I bring them personally to here, the UPS store where I live, and they know me, and yeah, I bring everything in. There's my little guy, the guy. I bring everything in and mail it myself. Sometimes my UPS guy picks them up. Somebody's beat me in the line there. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to do sort of a day in the life video today. So, you know, when you ship these guitars off, it's always a little intrepid feeling. Will people like them? Will they appreciate the work you've put in? Will they expect too much? Most people get deals. I'm making very little profit. I sell low. I price to sell. I include free shipping. I include a free setup. One of these guitars, the person bought it and then asked me if I put new strings on it. Brand new strings, install brand new strings before shipping. And because he'd already bought it, I had every right to say, no, you need to ask these questions before, you know, the purchase. So I had to, but I'm a nice guy, and I overnighted a set of half-size classical strings to put on. It delayed shipping by a day, but I did that at my own expense. Even though the strings on it were okay, he wanted a fresh set, so I put a fresh set on there. You can only hope people appreciate stuff like that. So there's a slight intrepid feeling with everything that you ship, particularly with eBay, Reverb, and just the sheer possibilities that come with selling on those sites. So here's the second stop on my daily regimen right now. These are smaller packages which are cheaper to ship through USPS. So I use USPS, United States Postal Service, for these smaller packages, particularly ones like this, which are books. And I just happen to be selling a lot of stuff right now. When I moved last year, I sold my double bass, my piano, some of my instruments, got rid of some books. But after a year in this new place, I'm also shedding more. So I've been just selling stuff off on eBay, where I've been selling for many years. Books. I sold my classical record collection yesterday, which was 300 records strong. I kept about 50 records, which were cello or guitar, my two instruments related, but had to move on the rest. It was very painful. I've had it for many years, part of which was my late father's collection, but I am hatching plans for the near future, and stuff has to go. It's probably obvious to you what's going on, but I'm not going to say anything until it's set in stone, so I'll have an update on all that soon. But I'm always selling little stuff, so a stop at the USPS, which is about a mile away from the UPS store. And here is the, if you can see at the back, the post office. Very friendly people. Alright folks, next stop. So my third stop today has to do with this, and it's a stop I don't make very often. Because most online sales are paid through the internet, electronically, and even a lot of local sales now, a lot of people, especially younger people, like to use Venmo, which is fine with me. But every once in a while, somebody hands you some cold hard cash, so it's necessary for me to come here, which is my local Chase bank. Now, when it comes to Chase, or the bank in general, wait for that guy to pass, not think I'm too weird. I have a couple of tips. If you're running a business, if you're doing this, if you're selling some guitars, whether it's a part-time, full-time, just selling off a few things kind of thing, or if you just like to flip, if you like to buy guitars, speculate, move them on, keep some, that kind of stuff, which a lot of guys do, girls too. Um, One tip I have for you is never hold on to cash. Don't hold on to cash. One thing I've always done, I've been doing this now for a long time, over 25 years. Long before I had this channel, I was doing this. But one thing I always do is when you get cash for a sale, for an item, you bank it. You put it in the bank. The thing is, if you hold on to it, if you stick it in your wallet and don't bank it, you'll spend it at the pub, you'll buy groceries with it, it'll disappear. And if you're trying to run a business, particularly if you're reinvesting your money, your sales money into new product, you'll screw yourself really fast if you don't bank your cash. Most small businesses fail for this reason, and I've been involved with quite a few. I worked in a shop one time where the guy made this mistake, and he ended up taking money out of the till, and on the way home he'd hit the pub, he'd place a few bets, and very little of the money that he made actually went into his bank account, and then he got into debt, big time trouble. Now, most people won't be that extreme, but you have to run your business, even if it's just a part-time eBay business, you have to run it responsibly. You need to be able to establish a profit margin and run a clean operation, so that when you have money coming in, you pay off your product, and then whatever's after your shipping and all that, whatever's over the top, your profit margin, you can then either pay yourself and then spend it on what you want, or you reinvest it back into more product, which is what I do most of the time. And that doesn't work if you don't keep very, very current accounts. So that's just a small tip from me. So as soon as I get money, particularly if it's $300 or $400 in cash for a guitar or something, I come here and I put it straight into the bank. And then I can pay off any debts and reinvest that money, or occasionally draw out a wage if you make enough money, pay yourself. However, don't just spend your till money, your cash register money. It's the quickest way to go out of business. So anyway, that's just my tip on this. Again, I don't get cash very often, but when I do, I come here and it goes straight in. And I keep a business account too, separate from personal money. That's another thing. If you're selling enough guitars, create yourself a business account and keep it away from your personal stuff. It's cleaner that way. Stuff doesn't get mixed up. Also, and here's an important point, I pay taxes. I'm legit. I have a legit small business, and I have to keep clean accounts because I have to account for any profit I make when I pay my taxes at the end of the year. So that's another thing. If your money goes straight into the bank, then you can use your incoming cash. You can use that as your sales when you figure out what business you did for that year. Unless you're trying to avoid paying taxes, then you can take it to the bar and buy margaritas. I don't know. This is just the way I do it, and I would advise other people do it this way as well. Hey, so thanks for running my errands with me today. You might say, well, what about supplies and all that sort of stuff? Well, I have to be honest with you, I do most of that online these days, especially since COVID. I buy bulk glues, solvents, anything I need, tools. I pretty much order them. I avoid going to the store, the shop, as much as possible. Not just COVID related, but even before then. I tend to be a very private person, and if I can do something online, I will. And so that's just always been the case. Occasionally I'll nip to the hardware store and get something in a pinch, but most of the time I order it online. So this is my usual rigmarole of errands that you saw me run today. I do a lot of shipping. That's daily. Occasionally I can catch the UPS guy. I see him right behind me. I could have just waited for him, but I had other stuff, other stops. And then of course, every once in a while I'm going to the bank and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope it's not too boring. But anyway, some business tips along the way. Pack well, ship quickly. Nobody waits more than a day for me to ship ever. I ship right away or next morning. And it's helped me maintain 100% approval ratings on eBay and Reverb. So that's another thing I meant to mention. All right, folks, see you on the next video.